What's up, guys? It's the Game Bro. Wow, what a race! What an end to the season! What a lot to digest. First off, congratulations to Max and the Mercedes team for the constructors. Really a lot to cover here because, and by the time of me recording this, there's still the investigations going on. I can't personally see anything being changed. It's too late in the game. And at the end of the day, it's like Massey said, regardless if you like it or not, we're racing cars. We're motor racing. That's what we're here. Now on that final restart, Lewis was a sitting duck. And as I was pulling for Lewis today, I did not like how Max handled the week prior. But you know what? And this is my opinion, as I know all of internet world loves to know hammer and trash opinions. But I really feel like they did Lewis dirty here. And be that as it may with Mercedes' conservative strategy, but you literally just pretty much handed Max the title. I wish Lewis would have defended a little bit harder on the straightaways or tried to go for it a little bit more. I feel like he had the chance to maybe push Max off a little bit, like do something just a little bit more. But either way, great sportsmanship by Lewis, family as well, with his dad congratulating. They handled that amazingly well. I was, you expect that from Lewis, actually. If the shoe were on the other foot there, I feel like Max would have stormed off. His dad would have, disappeared, and, it would have been, pouting from them. But props to Lewis and the family for being on top of the sportsmanship game, which is what it's all about, at the end of the day. Haven't heard from Toto yet, and understandably frustrated. I mean, when you think about what the rules are and how it's kind of, I don't want to say being made up as you go. This isn't a NASCAR race where they're just like, hey, we're going to try this now. We're going to try this now. This is the pinnacle of motorsport. I feel like there should be a little bit more in place to prevent stuff like this from happening, where it just sucked to see Hamilton out there on, 50 lap hards against a 1 lap old set of softs, and he's right on his rear bumper. You got no DRS. It was just defenseless. And the corners that they claim they took out, that Mercedes didn't like, I bet you if those corners were still there, that would have been a little bit more beneficial to Lewis to maybe defend and get away. But who knows? I mean, that's a topic for another time. Regardless, up until that point, I mean, everything, Red Bull threw everything at the book, every strategy play, everything they tried to do. Hamilton, maybe not Mercedes, Hamilton had it covered. He had the gap, he had the speed, the pace to pull out enough. It didn't matter if Max pit early. It didn't matter if, Checo's defense on Max was spectacular. I can't believe he held him up that long and got Max that close. And you know what? Then he moves over and Hamilton pulls away and it's pretty much game over. The virtual safety car, didn't Max pits on a new set of hards and really couldn't do anything with, excuse me. Just really couldn't make that much ground up, and even having to pass the couple lap cars that got in between them, it didn't make a difference, as they just didn't have the pace. It took a miracle to get that to happen, and, it's not like it was something that Red Bull forced. Nothing was brought out by, an AlphaTauri or a junior driver. It was Latifi just making a mistake, that cost them. That sucks, And then Massey is in that position of, and this, I think, in the grand scheme of things, what's going through his head right now, if you let this race end under caution, Hamilton wins, the public eye that is now on this race, the general public, the casual fan watching this race wants to see a finish, wanted to see what happened in the end with Max winning the championship. The purist probably did not want to see that, or the purist would want to see, if you're going to let him have that one lap, those lap cars stay there because you don't have enough time. It's at the discretion of Massey, I guess, to make that call. And is the pressure of that and the wider spectrum of what's going on with the sport right now, is that what influences the decision making? Not sure. Love to hear what he has to say about the matter after. I want to hear from Toto. I want to see him and Christian talk. You got enough drama going on. Let's see the both of them talk it out and see what happens. But either way, congratulations to everyone. This has been a great year. The race itself, like I said, up to the end was kind of a snoozer. It's a little bit boring, but not too bad. You were still at least wondering, man, what's going to happen? What strategies can they pull? What can Red Bull do? And then that happened. So either way, also congratulations on Ferrari for their third place in the race as well with Carlos Sainz, but in the constructors as well. Great to see them step up. How much time did they spend? And as well as McLaren, you can make the argument with on this car for this year versus next year. The thing is with the Ferrari car, I feel like they were spending a lot more time on the development of stuff that will work on the car this year, but also is a further advancement for next year. You know, that ERS deployment thing that they did in Russia, I think. You know, that's something that's going to help them for next year. That's also proving big this year. And McLaren just really, you know, struggled both of them struggled towards the end there. Ricciardo picked up his pace from the earlier part of the season, but, you know, looking back at this whole year as on a whole, it was just all around awesome. You got to see a lot of things. The Spa race was a little, George, I know, got a podium out of that, and after that, they seemed to just drop off, and Russell just wasn't, I don't know if it's him thinking about next year or whatever's going on. They dropped pretty heavy. He lost, 2 qualifying results to his teammate for the first time in single lap runs. But as a whole, this year was great for the sport. I think it pays huge dividends going forward in the next year where you got a new set of rules now. Like, no one knows what's going to happen next year. If someone's going to find some magic trick that with these, new ground effect rules, what's Adrian Newey thinking? Like, he's probably got to be foaming at the mouth over something like this. Does someone on a lower team stumble upon something like a Braun from 2009? Do we see someone next year hit it out of the gates hard? Does everyone show up with the same identical looking car? We don't know. That's about the best part. You're going into next year and you're going to wonder just like, what is going to happen? Does Red Bull with their new engine thing just totally drop off the face of the earth, have problems with Honda reliability because they don't know what to do with it even if they got their people? You don't know. That's the best part about it. So 2022 is going to be potentially even better than this year. Does Lewis not like that style of car? Does it not suit his driving ability? Do we see someone else just dominate for the next couple years because, like how Vettel was in, the 2010 to 13 run, the way that car was set up, he just loved. It just worked for him. Do we see that with someone else, like a Valtteri Bottas? Does he love the ground effects cars? And we don't know yet. Does he just kill everyone the next couple of years? We don't know. That's the best part. So, as a whole, it's been a great year. I've loved having my opinions on the races, reviewing them with you guys. I kind of like how I'm doing this now, more just the opinion side of it. I'd love to get a little more fan interaction, maybe some Q&A sessions. I'd like to do a little bit more on the F1 stuff, maybe throw some sim racing things out there of me running the Codemasters games. All in all, it's been great. It's been awesome. For the few of you that have watched these and, hung around, subscribed, maybe even a few that have commented a couple times. I think there was 1 or 2. Thank you so much. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. And we'll see you after preseason testing. Maybe I'll throw in some other videos in the meantime. Until then, guys, have a great offseason. Have a great set of holidays. I've been the Game Bro. Congratulations, Max. And I'll see you next year.